The incoming government represents a party that has been in power for 8 years and has not been able to do anything meaningful for the country. But then people have made the argument that, well, this is a different person, even though he has been closely aligned with the APC and didn't speak so much when things were deteriorating under the APC. But let us give it to him that he's a different personality and he has promised that he's going to hit the ground running uh, and that he's aware of the challenges in the country. So we hope that he will apply everything that he knows to ensure that he begins to give Nigerians confidence that things might perhaps begin to move in the right direction um, than we have seen in the in the past 8 years. So he's obviously going to face economic issues, very serious economic issues. Nigeria is has a debt profile of over 45 trillion naira right now. We are spending a lot of the country's budget. In some instances, 70 to 80 of the country's budget in debt servicing. And so we keep on running a budget deficit in a way that is dangerous for economic growth and prosperity. And so he has to look for a way to handle that situation. And of course, one of the things they'll be looking at is the issue of subsidy. He has said he's going to remove fuel subsidy. That will not be easy for him, especially if he does it. Immediately, he's going to get into power. He has to contend with organized labor because organized labor has made it very clear that they are not going to entertain any thought of anybody removing, increasing the pump price of fuel by removing a subsidy because of the very grievous harm it will have on Nigerians. If that happens, it is not unexpected to see the price of petroleum, of fuel, for instance, at the pump price rise up to 500 naira per litre. That cannot be supported in terms of by the average Nigerians because it means that the prices of everything already they are exceedingly too high beyond the ability of most Nigerians to, be able to buy most of these products. Now, if the pump price of fuel gets to as high as 450 naira to 500 naira, people, Nigerians will witness, even though they have said that things have been difficult in the past few years, but they are now going to see the mother of all poverty because there is a possibility that a bag of rice might move to as much as 120 naira a bag, a bag of beans and basic staple items. So the cost will be very, very huge for Nigerians. And the government, I think, will have a price to pay because I'm not sure that that the government will be able to contain the backlash that is going to come from that. And don't forget that this is a new government. Not just that it's a new government. This is a new government that is having legitimacy issue because of the way the election went in the country. Of course, you also know that even when the government is inaugurated, the court case will keep on going at the election petition tribunal. So the first thing that the government will not want to do is to anger Nigerians in the first few months. So they now have to be able to wait to try to balance it. What do we do with regards to the fuel subsidy? Do we remove it and do we remove it now? Or do we continue to subsidize? And if you continue to subsidize, what is going to happen with your ability to pay even the interest, not to talk of the principal of the debts that we are owing. So these are the challenges that the government is going to have. The government is also going to have issues of the unity of the country because the way the last election went with all the violence that we saw in many parts of the country, a lot of Nigerians are upset and are not happy. That was why there was not so much celebration. But the president-elect has a lot to do to try to unify Nigerians, to bring them together, so that they can forget the pains that the pains that they witnessed from this last election. It is his duty, it is his responsibility. Unfortunately, the president, unfortunately, the outgoing president had an opportunity for that to do the same kind of thing when he came to power. He did not. For instance, when he made that statement about 97% and 5%, those who did not vote for him and all that, that alienated a lot of Nigerians. A president of this country is the father of Nigeria, regardless of how he came to power. The issue is that if he has been, if his position, for instance, is validated by the courts, even before it is validated by the court, he remains the father of the country. And so he must behave like a father and bring everybody together because he needs togetherness for him to be able to govern and govern well. So that when he runs into problems, maybe because of his economic policies, he will see Nigerians from across all board trying to show to him, trying to support him in every way to make his administration successful. Because whether we like it or not, whether we voted for him or not, if he succeeds, we succeed, regardless of who voted for him or not. If he fails, we fail. You can see what is going on today in the country. The insecurity has continued unabatedly as a result of what I would consider as the inability of President Muhammadu Buhari to live up to his promises, to sort the economic issues out, to resolve the issues of the insecurity in the country, and to deal with the problem of corruption. So all of these three things that were the cardinal program of the Buhari administration still remain the cardinal program of the APC. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he becomes president of this country, must face the issues of corruption, issues of economic woes that Nigerians are going through, and must face the issue of insecurity because they are not going to stop just because Nigeria has a new president. They are only going to stop because the new president is bringing in the right solutions to these problems.